Okay.
Remember that you originally proposed monk mode and bear mode. And
Yeah.
then I countered with skunk mode and square mode.
Yeah.
There's
we,
a new
we
thing.
all remember that.
A new thing for you, Brett. It's worm mode or germ mode.
Oh, no.
So you can
What does
either
that even mean?
worm your way around from life, or you can embrace the germs. Because like do you have any of that with OCD? Like
that.
on the job? Are you able?
Yes.
If you have any problems, are you like? Because it's funny, you have these things that are like, it's inescapable, it's in my head. But then sometimes if it's work or it's something you have to do, you're like, okay, well, I have to knock that off. Like depression, I've done that a lot where I go, you know what, I have to like shoot this away. But it's like, David, it's crippling. I'm like, I know, but I got to get these emails done. Like,
David, it's crippling.
We're doing this, we're doing this later, okay? We got plenty of time at night where we can think about this. Does that affect you at all? Or do you watch it, like all the bodily tics? Do you just like, no, we're in work mode now?
That's a good question.
Or germ mode.
That's a really good question. On one level, I'm overcoming the OCD, right? Now that I learned about it, I've spent the last year plus working with it, going deeper with it, and so now I understand when the thought is an OCD thought, and I can, in most instances, stop taking it seriously. OCD works if the thought will come in, or the feeling or sensation will come in, and it can scare you. And if it scares you, exactly, if it scares you, it can get you obsessed with it. But when the thoughts hit, which they still do, I'll always have OCD, which means I'll always have the errant thoughts.
Yeah.
They don't scare me anymore because I can see them for what they are. But the big challenge at the job site is like this is where the OCD starts to try to grab on.
So I was always wondering about that.
You're working around things that can kill you. Mm-hmm. You're working around just physical. Like you have a hard hat on, like. Things fall. Like I've hit my head many times. If I didn't have a hard hat, I would be in the hospital right now. Like you get roughed up, and you're sawing things, you're cutting things. There's chemicals being sprayed around. Silica dust from grinding into concrete is something that we have to take huge precautionary efforts to vacuum up, and they'll have tools now that have suctions so when you're drilling something, it's sucking up the silica, because for decades it got into construction workers' lungs and just creates COPD and lung cancer and all this shit. So I still know, like, there's probably shit on this job site that in 20 years it will be clear was a problem that you shouldn't have been around or whatever. And so my OCD will pick up on that. Like one of the things I do is I have to pull these big wires off spools and I have to saw them. I have to cut them. And they're, several inches thick. And when you're cutting it, you're cutting through the jacket around the conductor, which is made of aluminum or copper, whatever kind of wire it is. And there's like all this little dust flying up, and you can smell it. Little
shrapnel.
And yeah, and or the other day I was cutting strut, which is a type of metal that, whatever, you can look it up, but it has that California warning on it. Like, this contains blah, 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 that is known to cause cancer. And like you're cutting into strut, it can cause cancer. But I mean, is it going to cause cancer? Everybody cuts strut around here. And like, do you want to be the person that's like taking extra precautions, putting on the face mask, I don't know. Like nobody's going to call you out for it because there is a safety culture, especially in the union, that is taken seriously. But certainly in the past, and probably to some people and on some job sites, you would get like laughed at or mocked if you're taking too much precautions or just being a pussy, Yeah. Like, oh, seriously, you're scared of that?
His jaw falls off as he says it, puts it back on.
It's that stupid machismo that can sometimes obviously manifest. So then my OCD is like, should you be inhaling that? Hold your breath while you cut this. Watch out for this. I take hearing protection really seriously. And the guy that I work with is just like grinding fucking metal with no fucking earplugs in or anything. And he's like, my ears are already fucked. I'm like, dude, you're 27.
What?
Yeah. Well, that's a big joke too. It's like, what? Because nobody can hear. Loud as fuck. So I'm constantly like plugging my ears. I'm constantly putting on like industrial ass headphones. I hook it onto my hard hat, so I have my industrial audio blockers built into my hard hat that I can pull down at any second.
Yeah.
But some dudes like literally like sawing fucking cable tray, which is just metal on metal. It makes the most hellacious fucking noise. If you're within 50 feet of it, you cringe and fucking, unless you're totally desensitized to it. And the dude cutting it, who I like and is like 53 years old, and he's like a nice fucking dude, and we joke around all the time. Not even the fucking foam ear things in his ears. And he's just over
raw dogging.
And he's like, my ears are already fucked. Everybody says I'm already fucked. I'm like, dude, you don't have to already be fucked. And also, there's different levels of fucked.
Right.
Like, the 27-year-old guy I work with who's just like, yeah, I got tinnitus and shit. I'm just grinding metal. Like, I'm already fucked. I'm like, you're 27, dude. You have decades more of this. Take that shit seriously, you know?
Okay, worm.
Yeah, that's not a worm. You're not understanding the term right.
I know. That's the point, right?
Yeah, I know. But, yeah, so, like, the OCD will pick up on the fears around contamination and exposure to things and what are you inhaling, you know, stuff like that. But I try to just take reasonable precautions. There is OSHA. The union itself has a layer of protection. Like, you know, if anything was hurting people, it would be called out and it would be fixed. It would be in our contract to not expose us to that. And as a union guy, you can say no. You know, one of the guys I work with, they worked at a power plant. And you're only allowed so much radiation a year. You know, there's a certain, like, even X-rays and stuff. You can't get indefinite X-rays throughout a year. You're exposed to too much radiation.
This used to be a proper country.
Yeah, exactly. So he's working at a power plant, and they're telling him, like, go into this area. You will have some radiation exposure, but it will be minimal. We've checked it. It's below the recommended threshold. He's like, I'm not doing that. He's like, I just straight up don't want any fucking radiation. And somebody else will be like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. And go in there and they're like, maybe he'll be fine. We still know him. It's 10 years later. He's over there on the job site. He's fine, I think. You know. And then one guy, like, they said they came across one guy who said, I've been working at power plants my whole life, and I got like a disastrous amount of radiation. And he's like, I just accept it. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I'm fine. I don't notice anything wrong with me.
It's all right. My hair's good. My dick's at a right angle now. I don't know what that is, but it's weird. By the way, cut and strut is my favorite dance move.
Cut and strut.